Okay guys, today I'm gonna tell you how to beat this game. Okay, so first you have to go into story mode. Now, while the game does take quite a bit of time to load, there is usually a few things you can do. Now you see right now that the player character didn't start where it's supposed to. That's because if he can move during the loading zone. So he's actually right here. You see, the big gun has a very specific hitbox, so if you do something like this, this activates a sequence break that also sends you into the developer area. Here you can get one of the most important key items in the game, but you have to get out fast because there are unfinished enemies that do not die. Now that you used the pass on the gun, it should shoot the enemies, which will activate the second phase of story mode, which allows you to walk more freely than you could before. Now, the fidget spinner, you're usually supposed to give it to the bean, and that will end the storyline. But actually, fidget spinner is one of the few items you can hold that you can also collide with. Now, also has a specific hitbox. So if you glitch into the Among Us area, which is normally blocked off by an invisible wall. Good thing this Among Us is bugged and you can actually pick it up. Then you use it to jump over this area, which you aren't supposed to. This gets you to the enemies, which because of how the game works can take actual damage. After you do that with your starting weapons, it will fully kill them, and that will complete the game. But you also may have been thinking, well, what about the DLCs? Well, we'll get to those. Okay, loading into the DLCs, you can clearly see something is wrong, because the blackout takes a few seconds to happen. This is because of how fast we beat the game. Usually, there was supposed to be a cutscene if you beat the game really fast. But because we beat it so fast, there was actually an unfinished third cutscene possible. Now, you'll notice that the hat may be misplaced, but if it's like that, it is good, because that's what you need. Now, usually the bean should have this fidget spinner by now, but since you never gave it to him, the second part of the story technically never started. But also, if you were to look closely, the Among Us was dropped. And usually, when that happens, well, usually it dies of taking damage at some point, which activates a cutscene from the Among Us. And now, since the game is paused, it will instantly activate that cutscene while it unpauses. Among Us! Among Us, Among Us, Among Us, Among Us. Among Us, among us, among us. Then when that cutscene is done, you would have to move a bit during the cutscene, because this is one of the few cutscenes that lets you move. Now, you also, since you left the usage pass right on top of the scanner, it will not move since it should have been consumed, but how we obtained it, the developer version, does not get consumed. So you can just use it again, and it will attack the enemies again and finish the cutscene. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. So, like, subscribe, and like. Or I will Super Mario 64 BLJ into your ball.